morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Monday. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Obviously, the big funeral, memorial service for Charlie Kirk here in the Valley. My wife and I did the only reasonable thing, and we left town. It was absolutely incredible, the amount of people that felt the need to pay respects to Charlie Kirk and what he was trying to accomplish with Turning Point USA. And I wish we could, the whole country could rally around and heal a little bit. Unfortunately, it just looks like each side wants to blame the other, which is really, really unfortunate. Things have gotten way out of control, beyond any sort of common sense that you. I don't know, somehow we can't disagree, we can't have debate. If you don't believe what I believe, we can't be friends, we can't share a meal together, and now in these really extreme cases, I'm just going to kill you for it. I know. And then what else? Oh, wait, what? They're going to link Tylenol to autism. I think that's coming today. I don't know. Interesting. It's a lot of stuff happening in the world. We're 8 days away from a government shutdown. Over the weekend, the United States tried to stabilize Argentina, right? You know, it's just setting up this huge bubble that is going. We know how this ends. That's the cool part, because we do know how it ends. There's going to be let's call it what it is, a sovereign wealth crisis, right? It's a bond market crisis. That's what's going to happen. When is the only thing that we don't know. This week, we do get core PCE. That is the Fed's another one of their favorite. I will say that they're hoping for a little softer print on it, and of course, it's the core PCE deflator. I love the name of it, right? Because they just admit, well, we just made this up and wanted you guys to give this some credence, right? Because we don't want you to actually know how inflation works. It really is amazing. It really is. I mean, you have to have, like a doctorate degree in economics to figure out if something costs more or not? Really? Well, that's what they want us to believe. Right? Why? Because, they sat around a table one day and said, man, we're not doing a very good job. Let's come up with a way to make it look like we are. And voila. We will get GDP. Now, this is final print of second quarter GDP. So this isn't third quarter GDP, but final print of second. Now, remember, that was at 3.3? And I forget, I think the first quarter was a negative number, something like that, right? Did the math, and you're like, okay, we got about, a 2% GDP, or give or take. But I think pretty much every Fed governor and even Jay Powell is also going to be speaking this week at some point. So Essentially, I guess we could say is we're going to get a bunch of guys in suits and gals with their fancy degrees. They're going to come out and lie to all of us and tell us how great they are. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. This is where the winners shop. allamericangold.com, Patriot Trading Group, Texit, all in one location. I will say this. Friday we were worried about peer payments with Texit. We've got it. We've come up with a very good solution. So here's the good news. Peer payments will go on uninterrupted. So what does that mean? If you want to buy Texit, how can you buy it? Just about any way possible. You can buy it with gold and silver. You can write a check. You can pay cash. Heck, if you want to wire, you can wire. You want to trade precious metals for it, you can. All options. Credit cards. Can't forget that. Yeah, some people are using their own Texit to upgrade other pay centers and do this and that. Whatever option you would like, it is available to it. By the way, I have huge breaking news when it comes to Texas. I know some of you are like, I don't want to hear about Texas. Guys, when I tell you I've got huge breaking news, this is the biggest news yet when it comes to where it is. The price of Texit is heading over the next 6 months. You know what? I'm going to say this. Everyone better sit down for when I tell you what it's going to be. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason here on this Monday. Quick look in at the markets. Right now, the Dow is up 40. The S&P's up 11. The Nasdaq's up 60. No TikTok deal yet, but apparently it is close. And here's what's funny is obviously TikTok, owned by ByteDance, a Chinese company. And we decided that, oh my gosh, well, the Chinese can spy on us. Right? They can spy on people posting corny videos onto TikTok. And that's bad. Apparently, you know what's okay, according to what I'm hearing? It's okay for Oracle, Larry Ellison. It's okay for him to spy on you. So that's going to be, I guess, a big part of this TikTok deal is Oracle now will be in charge of the data. So I guess, everyone feel better? I don't know. I'd almost rather have the Chinese spy on me. But anyway, that appears to be what may be going down. We'll keep you updated. Gold and silver will not stop. And the answer is simple, guys. They won't stop spending money. Period. Gold up over $40-some here, $37.25. By the way, TV gold, I think, is approaching $3,800, right? That's the December gold contract. Silver, Jason, we've been telling you, listen. The only question about silver, really, I think for gold's going to be $4,000 by the end of the year. I've been saying it for how long, and I'm going to keep saying it. Silver, the only question on silver is how much over 50 is it going to be? I think for me, that's really the only question. By the way, $43.80 on silver. TV silver, of course, that's what we refer to as the December silver contract, $44.14 right now. So the winners are here right? We've been telling you, we already know gold and silver are going to win. Here's really for silver, it's an incredible story. We know what are the things, why is Wall Street, I guess, doing so well? Because the economy's not horrible, right? No one, I guess if you're out of work, it's horrible, but it's not horrible. I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's not horrible. Well, it's AI this and AI that and data center this and data center that, right? I mean, that's it, right? I think all of us would agree, yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, guess what, guys? Guess what the one thing you got to have for all of that stuff? Yep, you guessed it, silver. Without it, it just won't work. I highly, highly, highly suggest if you are thinking about buying silver and you're just like, oh my gosh, when is the price going to correct itself? We got a ways. Right? I really think what we're, maybe as we approach 50, maybe there can be some consolidation in silver. And then once it breaks through, I think 50 will be, I don't know, Jason, is 50 like the new $20 silver? I think it's going to be. I think it'll be one of those situations where getting silver below 50 will be a very monumental task, especially with the stockpiles and the supplies that are going on. And then something else I wanted to mention. You didn't hear it many places, but one of, if not the biggest, I guess, subprime auto lender in the United States just went bankrupt. I don't know if you guys saw this. Tricolor. I don't know what happened, but literally on Friday, they collapsed. I mean, literally, you couldn't get rid of a Tricolor bond if you wanted to. J.P. Morgan, BlackRock, highly involved. Now they're worried, is there possible fraud here where maybe Tricolor was using the same collateral and using it on multiple banks? We'll have to wait and see. But Jason, this is another thing, these little things like this, getting a subprime auto loan has now gotten much more difficult today than it did, on Thursday. All right, I think these are really going to be difficult for people with maybe not the greatest credit to get any type of favorable auto loan terms. To give you guys an idea, the company said it had more than 25,000 creditors, a really, really big deal in the automotive industry. And we'll keep our eye on this. It'll be interesting to see what rates are going to be in the auto loan industry based on this. And are there other victims, right? Was Tricolor just doing this on their own, or do we have other basically auto lenders that are going to be caught up in this?
Yeah, we'll see, because I think we're going to see, when we're seeing record prices on everything right now, right, Joe? But yeah, there's cracks. There's all kinds of cracks, isn't there? There's all kinds of evidence that things aren't really right, and we'll have to see how much that extra spent money is going to float this thing until the next. Well, I guess we have a government shutdown coming, right, Joe? Yeah, we have that, right?
Yeah, well, we've got 8 days, so remember, right? We haven't had a budget. Here we are, the alleged best country on earth, right? I'd like to think we are. But you're telling me we've gone well over a year without a budget? We went all of 2025 with no budget. Continuing resolutions. Now, here's the thing. See, a lot of things happen because we're stupid. Well, I shouldn't say this. The media allows for our politicians and our bankers to lie to us, right? Now, we knew that they were lying about Obamacare, right? We did. We knew it. At least if you listened here, right, we were telling you, okay, wait a minute. You mean to tell me we're going to insure all the people that the insurance company said, hey, nope, we're not insuring you. Think about it like this. If you have a car and you crash your car over and over and over again and got DUIs and this and that and 15 freaking speeding tickets, guess what the insurance companies say? Yeah, nah, we're not insuring you. You're uninsurable. Well, that happened in healthcare, right? Man, it sucks. I'm sorry that, you got cancer or this or that. You're not insurable. Why? Well, because what we would have to pay for your medical care will make everybody else's cost of medical care skyrocket. Everyone knew this. And how did we know it? Well, it's simple. The insurance companies wouldn't do it. Obviously, if they could have made money doing it, they would have. They're like, no, this is a terrible idea. Well, they tricked us into doing it. One of the things that I don't think most people knew, because you're thinking, gosh, Obamacare, what was that? Almost 20 years ago, Joe? Why are you talking about it now? Well, one of the big things that happens starting October 1st is the ending of massive government subsidies to the people that are on Obamacare. Oh, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the government has been essentially picking up the tab on this whole time, and now the tab's going to go away? Okay. Well, how much are we talking about? How much was the government really subsidized? And think about what the cost of insurance has done since they've done this. Apparently, the government's been subsidizing 75% of the cost. And now the Democrats are saying, we can't have a budget, right, unless we essentially, like Donald Trump, remember his tax cuts were supposed to expire, guys. Remember that. What did he do? Let's get rid of that, right, which makes the debt go up. Now what is he doing? Well, he's not doing it, but now the Democrats are saying, well, if you did that for your do it for Obamacare, right, Jason? Keep the subsidies, because there's no way these people on Obamacare can face a 75% spike in the price of their insurance.
No, if they're on Obamacare, they can't afford insurance.
Right.
So if they can't afford, we talked about this a week ago about how you've changed your position on insurance, and
I am technically uninsured. Not technically, I'm uninsured for health care. Yeah. Why? Because they wanted to charge me and my wife $1,500 a month for a $10,000 deductible and crappy-ass insurance.
Yeah.
And we finally just said, and it's funny, could I have paid the $1,500? Yes. Yes, I could. But the math it's ridiculous. Now, listen, if I had a lot of health problems or my wife had a lot of health problems, maybe we would have paid the $1,500. Of course, if we had a lot of health problems, let's face it, they wouldn't charge us $1,500, right? They'd be like, $3,000,
Well, the smart thing, Joe, would be to put the $1,500 a month into a savings account. In 2 years, if you and your wife don't have a health emergency, you're going to have $36,000 in there. That should cover a small surgery, like if you hurt, like when I hurt my knee last year,
right?
And I had that little surgery, which cost about $15,000. And then the guy that had the health insurance had a similar elbow surgery, exact same type surgery. With his insurance, they charged him $15,000 for the same surgery.
After his insurance.
Yeah, and he had Cadillac insurance. He was good insurance. See, so and we played that clip. I have that clip we have buried about that guy getting charged more for admitting to his insurance.
I guess what we're saying is, why do I get the feeling, I don't know that they'll pay all of it, but here comes more spending from the government, right, to keep it open. We'll see what happens. We got 8 days to figure it out. When we get back, what is the big Texit?
You've heard of support.
Get 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason on this Monday. Man, this keeps going, guys. 37, but almost 37.35 on gold right now.
It's moving.
Yeah, I got some $20 gold pieces, 38 and a quarter. Silver, man, are we going to be over $44 today? Right now, $43.83 spot silver right now. I've got 9 10-ounce silver bars. It's so funny, right? I got 9. Wow. At $42, so $420.
Pretty good price.
Silver bars, yeah. So almost $2 under spot on 10-ounce silver bars. I've got 9 of those, and it's crazy when you think about it. That's almost $4,000, right? Yeah, I know, right? 800-951-0592, and of course, we also do Texit. That is the cryptocurrency that we've been talking about, the second chance at Bitcoin. We are building the largest privately owned mine in the world. What is it? We've borrowed nothing. We've done it through crowdsourcing. It'll be 100 million mega hash. It's only mined in the state of Texas. Yeah. Now, granted, all over the state of Texas, but only in Texas. The only crypto that we know of that is only mined here in the United States. As you guys know, we're in what we call Layer 1, building of the mine. How incredible, right? We're sitting right here. We're going to pass 30,000 miners tomorrow. Be close today, but tomorrow, maybe today. Actually, could be today. Record amounts of signups. I think September is going to end somewhere in the 15,000. That's going to be at the high end of where we thought. Number of miners signing up. At miner 50,000. No more BOGO hash. So you've got like 2 weeks if you want to get that opportunity. But what's the big news, Joe? Tell us. Quit stalling. Give us the deal. Well, as you know, Bobby Gray, who founded the coin, had his path to $16. And when we started doing this with you guys, Texit was at like 50 cents. Now it's $5 and change. We are saying that, hey, we think the coin will be worth $16 in February. And we kind of told you why, right? We're going to sell the seats on this rocket ship. We're going to have $100 million worth of liquidity and blah, 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 blah. Well, that has now changed. Why has it changed? Because the market is now saying, holy crap. Well, you guys are actually going to do it. And your layer 2, right, your community currency, wow, that could actually work. Yeah. And I think you're going to see people using Texit coin before February. That's just my opinion. I have no inside information on that. The new price point for February is no longer $16. It's not $20. It's not $25. It's not $50. Nope. This morning, Bobby came out with it. You can find it on the Telegram page. I think it's posted up on the website and everything now. Based on valuations, and he uses a bunch of different cryptos to compare it to. They now believe that the price of Texit by February will be $80. You heard me right, $80. But wait, there's more. They also laid out the plan from the $80 February mark to the $800 price point in 2027. And again, I won't bore you with all. We will at some point bore you with the details, but they've just come out. And we are changing our price target from $16 to $80 by February of 2026. And essentially, I think February of 2027, $800. And when you start thinking about $9.95 gets you a seat. You can buy 27 seats. That's it. You will no longer be able to be a miner at the end of the year. The mine will be sold out. How does the mine sell out? Well, we sold the 100 million mega hash. That's how. And we sell it 100 mega hash at a time. $9.95. And I've told you that will get you a tenth of a coin. So in February, once the mine is full, you get a little more than that now. But even now, you're probably down to like half a coin a day if you do $9.95. But let's just say Bobby's right. He's been right all along. Matter of fact, you know what? I got to take it back. He hasn't been right. He thought the price of Texit would be $3.79 in October of this year. Well, we're obviously well past that in September. He thought the price was going to be $16 in February. Now he's saying $80. Well, if you get a tenth of a coin a day, and the coin's $80, That'd be $2,920 on your $995 investment. Not bad. 300% rate of 800-951-0592. $20 gold. 2,000. That's funny. $3,825 right now. Gold is $3,735. Silver $43.85 right now. I have a handful of 10-ounce silver bars at $420. So that's $42 an ounce for those of you that went to public school in Baltimore. I'll tell you what the math is there for you. But then we were talking about Texit. Listen, I've been saying all last week, $100 I think is a layup now, right? I thought $16 was a layup. Jason and I both kind of think we're probably past the point that this thing goes to zero, that it doesn't have value, I think. Of course, we don't know. Right? This is a risk. Now, granted, the risk a lot lower today. But I want to go over the number again, okay? If you had put $995 in, get you one seat. Mine fills up in December. You're going to get a tenth of a coin a day. Bobby says it's going to be $80 in February. Let's just say it stayed at $80 for a whole year. You'd get $8 a day. That'd be $2,920 extra dollars a year. I mean, that's not bad, right? Especially when you think you're only investing $995. And investing is the wrong word. You're taking a shot with $995. I mean, it's just under $250 extra dollars a month. What if you said, give me a 9-pack? Because remember, a 9-pack, they give you 11 seats. When the mine is full, a 9-pack will get you 1.1 seats. At $80, that would be $88 a day. $32,000 in change a year. I mean, how would you like, as you're getting ready to be retired and going on Social Security, maybe you're already on Social Security and you're already like, oh man, I'm going to run out of money. For $8,955, you have in February, if it's at $80, Jason, that's an extra $2,676 a month. That's life-changing retirement money. Life-changing. The most you can buy, $827. Now remember, all of this is you do nothing. You don't help us grow the mine. You just pay your money. That's it. There's nothing else needs to happen. A 27-pack. It's the most you can buy. What is it? $26,865. You'd get 3.3 coins a day, or $264 a day, or $96,360 a month at $80. That'd be an extra $8,000 a month. That's more than most people make before they retire. That's the opportunity. But you see, guys, then he goes to something that sounds crazy. $800? That would mean for $995, you're going to get $29,000 a year? Got to remember, you get it every year. A 9-pack. Would you like to risk a 9-pack and say a year and a half from now the coin is $800? Do you know? Forget about all the coins you're earning while that's happening, but just if every day you would earn $880 a day, $321,000 a year, if he's right. And the 27-pack, this is ridiculous. at $800, if you did the $26,865, you'd be looking at $963,000 a year. Jason, we've said this all along. This was an opportunity. It wasn't going to last very long. We didn't know how long it was going to last, that we thought could be life-changing type of an opportunity. And all of a sudden today, forget about $16. It's going to be $80 in February, and give it another year, and it's going to be $800. It's going to be one of the top 10 biggest cryptos. That's the goal. That's always been the goal, and it appears like the market may agree with him.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the mine selling out in the $16 price tag for Texas is getting. It's going to be pretty close, isn't it, Joe? So we'll see if the end of the buying of shares is going to be at the same time as we hit 16, but we'll see.
Oh, am I on?
You're good. You're good.
Okay. I think when we break 100,000 miners, the mine will be full in less than 30 days. And I think what you're going to see, and I think what they believe they're going to see, is a huge jump in price, because that will be the end of the now. And I call it life-changing money. Can you still buy the coin when it's $80? Yes. Well, what if I bought it at 80 and I sold it at 800? Well, you made $720, right? Well, that's great. But wouldn't you rather spend $995, right, and made $29,000 a year instead? I don't know. I'll be crazy, right? Spend $1,000 at 80 times you get 12 and a half coins, you'd make $9,000. 800-951-0592. Whether you want to buy gold and silver, sell gold and silver, buy Texit coin, sell Texit coin, we can help you do all of it right there in one number. 10-ounce silver bars, $420, $20 gold pieces, 38 and a quarter. But the big announcement today out of Texit, forget about $16. They feel like it's going to be $80 by February, on its way to $800. And I said, $995, so $1,000 could get you in. If you spent the $1,000 and you bought Texit coin today, let's just say today, right? You can get like almost 200 coins. And if it went to $80, right, you'd be making $75 a coin. That'd be a nice lick, right? It'd be a nice lick. But if you become a miner, you get coins every single day. If you buy it once the mine is full, you can't be a miner anymore. So the example I used, $1,000 at 80 gets you 12 and a half coins. And let's just say it went to 800 and you sold it. Well, that's $720 profit. You made $9,000. But if you were a miner today, if you got in today for the $995, and the coin goes to $800, you're making $29,000 plus a year. So people say, well, which one should now? In full disclosure, Jason's done the same thing, right? We're miners, and yet we bought in Texit coin. We've done both. But now that this appears like, okay, this may just be, right, being a miner over the long term it's a no-brainer, Jason. And to think that you could potentially put less than $9,000 in and make $300,000 a year, or put just under $27,000 in and make essentially $1 million a year, it's incredible, the opportunity.
And I guess in reality, I haven't actually bought Texit coin, so I did take several months in a row of Texit coin commissions. So I masked up a lot. I decided, Joe, I don't know if you.
I should say that my wife's actually bought it on Dex Trade. So.
Right, and I've considered it, but because we just are doing so much with it, I haven't decided to buy any. But I did switch my commissions to Texit coin commissions.
Yeah, and I count that as buying it.
Okay,
I count that as.
I sacrificed my hash commission though to do so. So I mean, and you've been hashed the whole time, or did you switch over? I can't remember.
I've been hashed the whole time.
You never switched over.
Never have switched it, not once.
I switched 3 months ago on my other two pay centers to Texit coins. I've just been piling them up as the price went up.
And like I said, I think it was risky. It was really risky. And every week that risk diminishes. Listen, we've got the next 5 weeks are going to be so freaking exciting. We're going to have, like, the mine running at over 10 million mega hash. We're going to be getting ready to sell the mine out. We're going to be, I think we're going to hear a lot more about Layer 2. Who knows? We may actually have it up and running. I'm not, that part, that's just me speculating. I don't think Bobby comes out with $80 unless he knows.